Central Asia's steppe is a massive, unforgiving expanse of frozen earth. Out here, human presence is the exception to a baseline of empty horizon. But from this empty plain rises Astana, a sudden, hyper-modern grid of glass and steel pushing straight through the freezing winds. Further out in this desolate terrain sits the planet's primary gateway to orbit, the launch pads of the Baikonur Cosmodrome. Operating inside this land-left empire requires balancing two extremes. You gain access to futuristic urban infrastructure, but you are surrounded by an environmental reality that dictates every aspect of survival. This matrix outlines the variables of the geographic arbitrage model. On the left, the upside, $300 rent and seamless digital banking. On the right, the friction, negative 35-degree winters and a highly specialized labor market. Successfully living here depends on reconciling these two datasets. The logistical framework for entry is standardized. By 2026, over 80 nationalities enter visa-free for up to 30 days, while others obtain an e-visa online before departure. This timeline illustrates a non-negotiable border protocol. Your passport must hold 3 months of definitive validity beyond your exit date, or you will be denied entry. Once you land, local hotels automate your state registration through the e-Qonaq system. This is the first touchpoint in a society driven by data. Physical currency is effectively obsolete in the cities. Daily life runs entirely on the Kazakhstani tenge through local banking apps, mapping every transaction into a digital network. The state's digital infrastructure is designed to pull you in efficiently, but surviving the physical reality of the steppe requires precise preparation. For those earning remote foreign currency, the local economy offers a massive geographic arbitrage opportunity. This chart compares housing costs. Short bars represent modern apartments in Almaty or Astana renting for $300 to $600. Towering bars show the same quality in London or New York. The red line tracks the local median wage, showing a tight margin for residents. Without a remote income stream, attempting to integrate into the general labor market is mathematically punishing. Local earning potential is concentrated in industrial sectors. Petroleum engineers, uranium extraction experts, and logistics directors command salaries exceeding $3,500 a month. As the top exporter of uranium and a major oil producer, Kazakhstan's economy is anchored by heavy extraction. This dictates where the domestic money flows. General labor provides a narrow path to wealth. The system favors digital nomads bringing in strong currency and the specialists extracting resources from the earth. Daily life involves specific lifestyle trade-offs. The most immediate is dietary, dictated by traditional nomadic meat cultures. This is Beshbarmak, the national dish. It translates to 5 fingers, boiled horse meat or beef served over flat pasta sheets in an onion broth. While the food is heavy, the urban environment is secure. In major hubs like Almaty, solo travelers walk late into the night without the security concerns common in other global capitals. This security exists within a landscape as imposing brutalist structures, like the crown-topped architecture of Hotel Kazakhstan rising against the mountains. Operational risks are localized. Crowded spaces like Almaty's Green Bazaar require standard awareness of pickpockets, while outside the airport, unverified drivers overcharge those who don't use official apps like Yandex. If you eat meat and use ride apps, you are looking at a secure routine powered by meals that cost less than $7. The primary environmental trade-off is the weather. Kazakhstan's climate produces punishing, long-duration winters. In Astana, temperatures drop below negative 35 degrees Celsius. Icy winds tear across the open plains, piling snowbanks high over the city center. When the cities are locked in this freeze for half the year, the physical and psychological isolation is a constant factor. To maintain a high quality of life, most visitors restrict their stay to the window between May and September. During these months, the country undergoes a visual transformation. The green valleys and red rock formations of Charon Canyon become accessible under a hot sun. The climate is the ultimate gatekeeper here. For remote workers, the steppe is an elite seasonal base camp that requires an exit strategy before the first freeze. This decision tree helps calculate your return on investment. It starts with your primary income source. The remote optimizer path works for those who earn foreign currency, consume meat, and can leave before winter. This combination unlocks elite living for a fraction of global costs. The specialized expath path is for engineers and logistics directors. They use this hub to accumulate wealth through high-yield contracts in the mining and energy sectors. The red branches identify who should avoid this territory: budget travelers seeking local work, strict vegans, and those who cannot tolerate extreme cold will find the cultural and environmental friction unsustainable. Relocating to the digital steppe requires viewing the country as a specialized tool for geographic arbitrage. It demands strict adaptation to an environmental and professional reality found nowhere else. If you arrive between May and September, you stand at a rare intersection of history. You are on ancient nomadic lands that serve as humanity's departure point to the stars. The Baikonur Cosmodrome is the historic site where Yuri Gagarin broke gravity to become the first human in orbit. Succeeding here requires a specific temperament. Consider if the futuristic infrastructure and financial upside outweigh the seasonal isolation of the Central Asian winter. Share your thoughts on this arbitrage play in the comments. Next stop, Kenya, analyzing the wildlife and tech hubs of East Africa. Subscribe to stay real.